Alright, here we are in thresholds and transitions. So first we're going to talk about thresholds and what a threshold is. When you see a doorway, these are always in doorways, if say one side is tile and the other side is another kind of tile, there's usually something in between to kind of accent the two. Let's say you have a tile on one side of the door and tile on the other side. Let's say they look like that. Due to your layout, there's just really nothing you can do about it. You'll notice that these don't line, the grout lines wouldn't line up. And if you were just to butt these two together like this, it would look really odd and, just anywhere, especially in the middle of a doorway. This idea here, and if you were to use a glass threshold, so these two would have to be the same height, and no matter what, because a threshold won't fix your height, and you would stick this in between, and you would do piece all the way down, whether you do pieces this small like that or a big piece. There's marble, granite, there's all kinds of different thresholds, and it's totally up to you what you want to use. It's whatever style you like, the look, the feel, it's just up to you on how you go on that route. So if you have this idea here, you would stick this threshold through and it would go from one side of the door to the other. And it's just a really nice way to accent your door. And as the tiler, it really kind of saves your butt because you don't have to worry about lining up your grout lines. It's not like a thing where if you're in the next room and you're off by a bit because of, we talk about the reasons later on, then you're able to put it wherever you want and not have any problems. And in the end, it looks really nice. The last place I did stone all in the thresholds, and man, did it ever come out nice. It was porcelain and then stone thresholds. Great way to finish it off. When used correctly, looks great, very professional. A little more on the expense, it does add some fair bit of expense depending on how many you have, but can end up being really, really nice. So now we will talk about transitions. Now you saw some when we were in my wife's bathroom. You saw that edging along the steps. Those were transition pieces. They can also be used for that. They can be used for on top of your baseboard to really finish it off nice. And generally used on the floor to take one floor and then separate it from the other floor. So whether you have tile to carpet, tile to hardwood, tile to another tile, it's just another way to do it. And if you're in the middle of the room, you wouldn't really want to use a threshold because it would just look out of place and really odd. But when you are in the middle of the room and you're changing that floor, then that's where transitions come in. So if you were to have a tile, and then the next would be, let's use another tile for this example. So you would take this tile, and this was on my left, your right, this is the side we were tiling. Then on the other side here is the floor that's already down, or maybe you're needing to lay this side too. But all you do is butt these two up together. And now, right now, I don't know if you can see it, is lower than this piece, but once you put your bed of mortar down, these will come up and it'll just be nice and flat, a really nice finish. So that's one use. And if you have, if this side, say, was hardwood, then you could do that as well, as long as it's the same height. So with this particular one, it has to be the same height. But this is the one you can use on your top of your baseboard and edging on your steps like we did in the bathroom there. But if you have a thicker tile, so say you're using a porcelain that's thicker or a marble or granite, you'll need to buy a thicker or taller piece of transition. Probably can't see that too well. Let's look down the ends. There's a better, this one's cut so it's a bit dinged up, but you can see this is short and this is tall. So this one's used for a taller tile, whereas opposed this one is your regular ceramic or any for thickness. I shouldn't say tall, I should say thick. So that's the difference between the two. So depending on your tile will depend on which thickness you get. And they'll be able to help you out at the store on which one works with which tile. You just show them. If you can bring one in, that usually works best.